Here we are together again on the radio. We appreciate your patronage. Look at this story from Florida. This is from abcnews.com. I would use our own website, westwood1.com, but they don't have any information like this on there. News, we don't need no stinking news. We're America's biggest radio network. Anyway, here's the story. After debating the heartache of divorce, shacking up for convenience, and romantics who, quote, still believe in love, lawmakers have voted to let judges reduce or eliminate alimony when the person receiving it moves in with someone else. This bill is more like a country western song than good legislation, complained Republican State Representative Nancy Detert after the 68-44 House vote. This again is in Florida. Judges generally end alimony when the recipient remarries. But courts in Florida have disagreed about what to do about people who, in the words of one lawmaker, take themselves right up to the line of remarrying by moving in with someone else. Some lawmakers argued it doesn't make sense. The money might even go to support the person who replaced the old spouse. And that's true. When your ex-bitch moves in with somebody else, you shouldn't be paying the rent. No matter if they're married. Republican Representative Dennis Baxley, meow, says it's a bad enough heartache when someone you love leaves, many times for another person. To be asked to support this ex-mate's new girlfriend or boyfriend, that is really adding insult to injury. Well, I agree with him there. Several members, almost all women, said they thought the bill was unfair to women who have given a significant part of their lives to husbands who then walk out on them. This is an anti-woman bill, griped Democratic Representative Eleanor Sobel. Alimony should be based on what someone has contributed to the marriage. No, dear, that's what community property is. That's what community property is. When we split up the property, unless there's a prenup, each person gets 50-50. 50% of what they contributed. 50% of what remains. That's what they get. Alimony is not community property. It's not the same thing. It's really vagina-mony. It is an annuity paid out on the past use of a vagina. It has nothing to do with what someone contributed during the marriage. Nothing. Nothing. It says here, most other states have already dealt with this issue. Some have laws ending alimony when the ex-spouse lives with anyone new. And many states authorize judges to end or modify the payment, said Mary Frances Lyle, chair of the Vagina-Mony Committee of the Family Law Association, the American Bar Association. In some states, alimony payments can even be ended when a divorcee has a platonic roommate, she said. Democratic, here, this is what women always revert to in these conversations. Let's go back to the emotionalism. Democratic Representative Audrey Gibson found all the talk of money more than a little unromantic. Not everyone is looking for the money. Some people still do believe in love, she said. Oh, give me a break. You gotta be kidding me. The measure now goes to the Florida Senate. You know what? First of all, we keep hearing about how women are equal and women are working, what have you. Well, I think that alimony should be decided before you get married in a prenuptial agreement. If alimony is to be paid, it should be determined at that time how much. What percentage of the husband's income will go to alimony. And one of the good things about that is if the two people disagree, then they won't get married in the first place. And we won't have them in court arguing about this stuff. It should be determined in advance. If there is no... See, this is the way it should be done. If there is no alimony agreement, there should be no alimony. At all. At all. We need to force couples to talk about this before they get married, so they can find out who they're marrying and decide if that's the person they really want to be with. They should debate this with an attorney and the other person present before they get married. That's why I've said everybody getting married should have a prenuptial agreement. Everybody. These things should be determined in advance. No woman should be able to move in with somebody else and continue getting alimony. And honestly, alimony is proof positive. What I always say, women love to say they don't need men. They don't need men. Here is evidence that they need us. They are hooked on us like a junkie is hooked on heroin. They need us. Tie the rubber hose around her arm. She needs a man. She needs a man to pay for everything. Women love to say they don't need men. Then they demand alimony, child support. They sue us for more and more and more and more. What's Puffy Combs paying? $21,000 a month? Is it something like that? In child support? Yeah, women don't need a man. Sure they don't. You need us like your goddamn crack whores, for Christ's sake. You need us. All you women who say you don't need us, you do. You need us. And you take from us. And you take as much as you can get from us. All the while saying you don't need us. And you won't make us dinner. And you won't fold our socks. And you won't have sex with us. And you won't lose 50 pounds. Yeah, you don't need us. Find out how much you need us when we leave. We keep hearing that statistic that says that a man's standard of living goes up after a divorce and a woman's standard of living goes down. You bet it does. Because women need us like a heroin addict needs heroin. They need us. We pay for everything. We don't pay for 100% of everything 100% of the time, but we pay a lot more than you do, girls. You need us. That's why you're constantly trying to get us to sign contracts to marry you. Because you need us. I'm not saying you need us emotionally, or you need us, in a love sense. No. You need our money. Are there lazy, good-for-nothing slobs who sit on the couch all day married to women who work? There are some. The fat and fugly, that's who they marry. They marry good-for-nothing spouses. At least they've got a man around. But I must say that anyone who's not fat and fugly generally gets married to somebody who makes more than they do. And the plan is to take as much as they can while they can. All the while saying they don't need us. I think they're mistaken.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I think you're a sick bastard.
Yes, I am, dear. But that's why they give me the big bucks.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Rick on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Okay.
Oh, I'm about I think last time I counted was $320,000 in the hole.
You paid that to one bitch?
On a one-night stand that I was told not to, that she didn't want to see anything, she didn't want to know anything about me. And, about 2 years later, I got a call from the DA, showed up to court. My deal, been pending for 10 years. And I'm 300 something, easy.
Wow. What's this done to your credit rating?
God bless me, man, that I've gotten over it. I'm done. I got a good job, great job, making well over 6 figures. That's taken care of.
She was counting on that.
Oh, yeah. And,
yeah, I love when they say they don't need us.
Don't need us, man. Don't need us. And when it comes to money,
yeah, they need us.
They do.
They need us badly.
And I heard some guy earlier today on a different talk radio, and he was the guy wanted to kill himself over something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started going through this, I wanted to check out. I was done, and it just didn't happen. Didn't happen, and got my life back together, and so everything's great now.
Well, good for you.
I try not to push it. I have a huge file, and one day I will show the mom and say, here, this is what you've done.
Now, you're done paying? How old is the kid?
No, I'm not done paying.
Well, I thought you said
I don't think about it.
You're done thinking about it.
I'm done thinking about it. I don't think about it. I move on. I look at it as another bill.
Unbelievable.
And it's a bad rap for us. It's not fair.